Good morning, everybody. Actually, it's afternoon here on Sunday. This is Becky at Aunt Beck's Creations, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to make this. It's basically a vegetable soup, but I'm going to use the leftover chicken that I was telling you about a couple days ago. I guess that was Friday, maybe, or Saturday. I don't know. But what I did, yeah, it was Friday. Yesterday, I put those remaining chicken breast pieces into this pan with a can of chicken broth, and then I filled the can with water and I cooked them, and then I let it cool down and put it back in the fridge. And then this morning I just warmed it up. I drained the stock off, and then I picked the meat off. And so I got this much meat, and so basically it'll just be a flavoring. And I know some people are vegetarians, so you don't have to watch this video, or just ignore the meat part of it, because the vegetable part of it will be the same for vegetable soup. But I've got this much, so that's probably 1 1/4 cups of chicken. And then all that's left to go in the trash is on the paper towel. So I try to use every bit of food that comes into the house. You know, leftovers are reused for lunches. Meats like this are used for, you know, I use it and use it. Like, we'll have the baked chicken, and then I'll make chicken salad, and then I'll cook it down some more and pull the meat off and make soup. So, and out of the baked chicken we'll actually get our dinner, Scott's lunch. Then we'll have chicken salad sandwiches for all 3 of us again, and then the chicken soup. So I'm getting a lot of meals. Let's see, there's three baked chickens plus a baked chicken for lunch, so that's 4. And then the 3 of us eating chicken salad, that's 8 meals. And now we're going to make soup, which will actually probably feed all of us again, all 3 of us, so that's another 6 meals. So that's 13 meals out of 4 chicken breasts. I do this all the time to economize. I mean, Scott and I could probably go out and buy whatever we want to cook, you know, and just, like some people just throw your leftovers away, blah, blah, blah. But we don't, because in 2009, Scott was laid off, and I left my job because family members were ill, and it was stressing me out. I was almost on a nervous breakdown. So we have learned to economize like crazy. So let's get started on this. I'm just going to reuse the pan that I cooked the chicken down. I'm not even going to clean it, because it's the same stuff. It's going to go right back in it. We're going to turn the heat on here, kind of a medium-high rate. Get that pan warmed up. And I'm just going to use some vegetable oil. The recipe in The Joy of Cooking always says to render bacon fat, but I'm just going to use vegetable oil today. Just because I want to. I mean, I have bacon fat I could use, but and you just want a couple tablespoons. And yes, Laura, I'm eyeballing. I grew up with the eyeball method too. And then here I have the Trinity of soups. This is what you start every single soup just about that you'll ever think of. It is 3 carrots, 2 stalks of celery, and a chopped up onion. And what we're going to do is we're just going to cook these in the oil here. It's starting to, I can hear it. Until the onions are a little translucent, and then I'll dump the other ingredients in. And I use a wooden spoon. Doesn't that look yummy? And this would be the same for vegetable soup. And you can use, instead of chicken stock, you can buy the vegetable stock, or make the vegetable stock yourself. I'm sure there's recipes online on how to do that. Alright, we'll just let that cook a minute here. Smells really good. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Sunday. I'm finishing projects, but I've also been working on cleaning my house up. From when I go into a creative mode, the house gets let go, and it looks like a train wreck happened. Went straight through the house. But I've cleaned the whole bathroom already. I deep cleaned the kitchen, including mopping the floor. And I've got to get the laundry pulled together here in a little bit. Some of the stuff I won't get finished until tomorrow, but if I can get our other bathroom clean, I'll be happy. Because we have plans to slip off to the food truck show, which I might do a video at the food truck show. It's just all the food trucks that go around Columbia are going to be at the farmer's market from 12 to 6, which it's 12:30 now, and it's looking like a rainstorm's moving in, but Scott wanted to mow the lawn before we went. But I would just cook it just a little bit more. We're almost there. You can see they're starting to look a little bit translucent, or you know, like you can almost see through the onions. Might turn it down just a little because this burner gets a little crazy sometimes. But I just stir it just so it doesn't burn, because nobody likes burnt pieces of vegetable in their soup. And we will probably eat off the food trucks, but we'll have this soup for later tonight. Unless Scott wants to eat something before we go. We'll see. I don't know. He's going to be hungry after mowing the lawn is what I'm thinking. Okay, I'm just going to check on this camera, make sure it's still recording. It is. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and add the meat. This is where you, if you're a vegetarian, ignore the meat. Just ignore it. Okay, those will be ready for that. I'm going to add this stock back in. Now, if you wanted to get that fat totally off from it, you could put chill it and then just skim the fat off the top. There we go. And then we'll bring it back up to a boil. I'll put these in the dishwasher. Uh-oh, something's sticking. There it is. It's a spoon. How wonky. Excuse me. All right. So to this, we're going to add even more vegetables. But what I'll do is I'll let this simmer for a while. Just a little while. We'll get it up to a boil maybe. Now I'm using bought stock, so it's probably not going to need a lot of salt, but I'm going to add another can of chicken broth. Rinse off the top. This is just ready to go chicken broth is what I'm using, not the broth that needs reconstituting by Campbell's. This is just regular chicken broth ready to go. Alright, that's looking good. Now, I will add some freshly ground pepper. That might be a 1/4 teaspoon. And we like hot things, so if you don't like hot, don't put this in. This is just crushed red pepper. It's Scott's sinuses will be bothering him when he comes in, so I'm going to heat this soup up, and then you add dried thyme. This one. This is one we got at the restaurant supply, so it's like really big. So maybe a half teaspoon, 3/4 teaspoon. And I like to crush the dried herbs in my hands like that. It releases their oils. The one thing I forgot to do was to peel a potato to go in this. So let me grab a potato really quick. Maybe two. I'll peel these. I was watching Do It on a Dime or Organize on a Dime or something like their Dollar Tree on a Dime. I don't know. But she was talking about organizing your kitchen, and the best thing you can do is purge. And if you just saw in that drawer, you can see I need to purge. The problem is some of those knives in there Scott's grandfather made, and he's not going to let those go. But we have some other knives in there that can go. Most definitely. Okay, we got a rolling boil. I'm going to turn her down to medium. Sorry, I'm standing over here by the kitchen sink to peel this potato into the compost bin. I saved the trimmings for the compost. If I had chickens, I'd give them to the chickens, but I don't have chickens. This is just old country soup. You don't have to worry about being fancy with how you dice it up either. Your potatoes and your vegetables and all that. Potatoes going everywhere over here. When I was little, I used to love to eat raw potato. Don't know why. Okay, sorry guys, this is just 2 potatoes. Medium potatoes maybe, not large. If you have a large potato, it's 1 would probably do. Starting to look good. All right. I'm going to put a can of tomatoes in here too. Just diced canned tomatoes. And I use the store brand. It's actually a Clear Value brand that Bilo carries. I'm just going to pour them in. And I might add just a little bit more frozen mixed vegetables that has like peas and green beans and things in it. And then we'll just leave it simmer for a while on really low. Get it back bubbling again. Every time I add something, I try to bring it back up before I add another something, especially if I'm going to frozen vegetables. But this will be a real tasty soup. If I have any mixed vegetables, Scott might have used them all. I think he used them all already. Not. If you add broccoli to soup, you have to do it at the very end or it'll be mushy. Alright, so I'm not going to do the mixed vegetables, but I'm going to do a can of beans. Maybe just, let's see here. I can add a can of corn, a can of kidney beans. With the juice. Oh, now that can opener is not going to cooperate. There we go. This is just a can of whole kernel corn. My vegetable soups are whatever I have on hand, you guys. So that smells good. And then we'll put this can of beans in there. Because see, if you add the beans, then you really wouldn't need the chicken because you'd have the beans for your protein. So that's looking pretty good, and we'll let that simmer and we'll do a taste test on it in about 15-20 minutes, or I will, because I'm not going to bore y'all with the rest. But if it needs a little something, I'll add it in about 15-20 minutes, and it'll be good to go for when we get hungry. So I'll bring it back to a bubble and turn it down. Thanks for watching. Bye.